Okay. Okay. So thank you again for letting me interview you. Okay, so how do you identify gender? You're a man, okay. Um, Sexuality, religion, nationality, race. So yeah, I guess we can start with what's your religion?
It's Catholic.
Okay.
That's basically where I come from. Most of the people are Catholic.
Okay. And what is your nationality?
Hungarian.
100% Hungarian?
No, they're just what they call them. In Hungarian they call them magyar.
Oh wow. That's interesting. So your race and ethnicity, is that Hungarian too?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Hungary. It's pretty much a country by himself. Language are pretty much the same. It's no other language like Hungarian language. It's all individual.
Yeah, so it's like a combination of your identity. Right. Okay, cool. So where did you grow up and where were you born, the country, state, region?
Okay, I grew up in a small village in Hungary. Population probably back in those days was like maybe around 1,000.
Oh wow.
It's basically all farming.
Farming.
And my family, before World War II, had a farm. And basically everybody's had his own little farm, but they go whatever they need to survive. And my family had like around 20 acres of farmland,
Wow.
which was equal to grow everything what we needed.
Like all your fruits and vegetables.
Right, all the vegetables, all the everything. And basically we grow our own stuff.
That's cool.
It was nothing like you could go to the store and buy this or buy that, because was none, especially in a small village.
Yeah.
Had a small little mom type of a grocery store where they had little odds and that stuff where you could buy or you could trade.
Oh wow.
The things we had, maybe they don't have it, so you could trade them. So because other people have maybe a need for them to buy it. So that's the way it was life back in those days.
Yeah.
And then after my high school, I went to Budapest to the trade school, 3 years, and I have became a tool and die maker. And just before I graduated on that, and I was ready to start working, and uprise came in 1956 with the Russian, which has created all the things, and all the students, the one who started the uprise, and all the students start marching through to the radio station, so we can size the station, so we can tell us all the world to what's going on.
Yeah.
And the time we got to the station, there was already Russian soldiers there, and when we got close enough, they opened fire on us and they start mowing the people down.
Oh no.
And all the people were scattered all over the place, and as a students and all that, they went to the police station, sized guns and everything from the police, and went back there and we started fighting. And that's what revolution started in 1956.
Wow. That's crazy that you
That's
saw
a little, but then then how I got to this country, if you want to put that to with it.
Yes.
So when we sort of were kicked Russia out of there, everything was kind of quiet. Then you start picking up the young students and ship them to Siberia,
Oh wow, Siberia.
to Russia, you know.
In Russia.
And me and my 3 other friends got together and take a chance to stay there or escape or move out of the country. So that's what we decided. We start a journey to go
US.
west.
West.
And most of the time we walked because you didn't want to get on a train or anything because they were very well checked all those things, you know. So if you get caught and you don't have the ID cards to say you're in that section you live, you know, they would take you back and put you in jail.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, you know. But anyway, we made it to Austria.
Austria.
And we got to Austria, then we get to this camp, you know, where they houses all the refugees, you know.
Was there a lot of you?
Oh yeah, it was probably about 2,000 or so from the one camp.
Wow.
And it was several of them, you know, because a lot of people left hungry in that time.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we were at the camp in Austria. From different countries, a representative came to the camp to interview or talk to the people where they want to immigrate. So when the United States came to the camp and I applied for it to come to this country. So anyway, they asked me why would when I come to this country. I told them, I said, I have 3 aunts and uncles lives in the United States, and that's where I know. He said, okay, no need to go any further. He said, just give me the names and address, and we will contact you, so they will sponsor you, and you'll be on your way to the United States.
Oh wow, you're lucky.
So anyway, it took about a week. Then when all the paper came through, I was accepted. They put us on a train, went to Germany, Bremenhaven, what was a big United States Navy ship, was there to accept, you know, all the refugees to put on that boat so they came across. So we were on that boat for 2 weeks because it was during the Christmas holidays and New Year's, so it was everything shut down. So first about the 3rd of the 57 January, the boat took off and we left Germany and came to the United States. And I got here 17 days later in New York.
Oh, in Ellis Island?
Yes.
How old were you at the time?
19.
19. And how were the conditions on the boat?
Oh, it was perfect. I think I was seasick.
Oh, okay. So they fed you and stuff?
Other than that, everything was
Wow.
nice.
And then what did you do after you came from New York, or you got to New York?
When I got to, when we got off from the boat, went to Camp Kilmer, New Jersey, was a big army camp,
Station.
and I was there for about 2 weeks, because when I got to there, they find my papers got mixed up with somebody else,
Oh no.
and that somebody else was very sick, so I had to stay there to check me out, make sure, you know, I was in a person. So everything went on, and then they contacted my aunt in Ithaca, New York, and my cousin Ernie and Mary, they come to pick us up. And we went to Ithaca, New York, and that's where I started my life in the United States.
Wow, that is such an interesting journey. That is so cool. So
Then there's a lot more to it, you know, it's, oh my God, it will take probably hours to, explain everything, what took place, what, things, go through.
So did you say what was the city that you were born in? What is it called?
It's Washosufalu. It's a small village.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And what location in the world did your ancestors come from?
Pretty much from Hungary.
The same.
That's, like I said, that's a country pretty much by himself. Now, if they go back to the time from the Hungarian people, when they came, they started all the way up in Scandinavia, and people broke up for that's how, all this small European countries started. Germany, France, Austria, all those small countries up in, in that area. And when, our tribe got to Hungary, which is a nice landscape and, rolling hills, lots of trees, lots of farming land and all that. And pretty much it then became some manufacturing area too. So that's what it's right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But the Hungarian people, they broke up from Swedish people.
Oh, okay.
Some of the Swedish people stay in Swedish, and the Hungarian, they went further down, what they call a Carpat. That's a landscape, Carpat, and they come to that, what's Hungary today, that's where they started.
Okay.
And that's where the Magyar come from, from Swedish, broke off from the Swedish people.
They all migrated.
And it's Hungary is by himself.
Okay. So currently, where do you live now?
What's it?
Where do you live now?
Where do I live now?
Yeah.
Okay, I live California, which I like.
Yes.
Weather-wise and everything, I have no complaints. I like it. And the little town called Corscold.
Corscold, California.
And it's in the mountains. And the landscape again, it's very nice. Lots of trees, up and down hills.
Yes.
And we got a lot of other things, we close to the mountains with a lot of snow in the winter time.
Yes.
And summer down in the valley. So I like the combination.
That's cool. Where else have you lived besides here?
Before I
After you got to New York, where else did you live?
Okay, when I left New York in 1977, moved out to California. I lived in San Francisco.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And from there, in '79, I moved to Reno, Nevada.
Oh, wow.
I lived there for 5 years.
That's cool.
And I moved back to Bay Area, San Jose. And from San Jose, I worked there for 10 years from Westinghouse, which we furbished all the Trident submarines with missiles.
Wow, that's a really cool job.
And I retired from that, and I moved to Corscold.
But you're still not retired. He still works every day.
Yeah, regional retiring, from that.
Yeah.
But now I'm still working.
You're one of the hardest working people I know.
And health-wise, I got aches and pains, but generally I'm okay.
Yeah, you can push through it, you know.
So.
It's better to keep moving. So, what is your birth date and your birth year?
But my birthday?
Your birthday.
November 8, 1937.
Okay.
Which makes me 85 years old.
Oh, wow. You look great.
Yeah.
So, what era would you say that you were born in? Like, do you know, like, what generation?
What was,
What era? I don't know. I think that means, like, there's, like, you know, the 80s, there's that era, you know.
era was, I grew up pretty much during the Second World War
Oh, wow.
because I was like 9 years old. I born 37 and the war was 45, 46 when the war was going on. So I lived through that. I seen that. I see a lot of bad things in the wartime, how people, killing each other.
Yeah, so you were going through the whole war with Hitler and, like,
Right.
the Jewish people and Holocaust.
Well, I see the Jewish people got put on a train, flat car beds on the train, but they tied to that and they haul them to Poland. They picked up all the Hungarian Jews, I call it, and that's what they put on the railroad and they took them to Poland to that, what the heck they call it.
Are you talking about Auschwitz?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what. So I see all that, how they treated people, and they're just
That's crazy.
unbelievable.
Yeah, so you probably witnessed some.
And as young kids, you don't really think about it, but as you growing up, you think back, what took place. That's very, very bad things.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. You lived through
Yeah.
and saw all of that. Don't you have like a tattoo or something of like a
Yeah,
number?
just a little tattoo. It's people think, when they see it, oh.
Yeah.
But
They think-
this my birthday,
Oh, okay.
1937,
Okay.
which I did it myself.
Oh, like a stick and poke
Yeah.
tattoo.
Yeah, with the needles and you put an ink on it and pick,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
that's it.
That's
So
funny.
everything that they think is,
Your
what,
number or something.
numbers for the Jewish people got.
That's what they did,
marked
right?
right under the arm.
Right here to like identify
The
them.
Nazis, Hitler did all that. But no, everybody thinks when they see that, oh,
Yeah.
what's this number?
I know, that's what I remember. I saw that when I was younger.
I said, that's during the Second World War, anything. I said, no, that's my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. So where did you go to school? Like
Okay, as far as my
elementary,
schooling.
middle, high school?
It's a
college?
regular high school, which in Hungary is back in those days, and I still think is the same system. You go 8 years, which they require it. Then if you want to go to the colleges and stuff like universities, then you go for another 4 years for a preparation, just like you guys going for high school.
Yeah, 4 years.
That's why you guys going like 2.5 years, and after that you can go to college. But in our system, 8 years. If you don't want to go any further, that's it.
Really?
You don't have to go to do
High
that
school.
extra 4 years.
Wow.
That 8 years, that's pretty much an equivalent to the high school where you guys go.
That's interesting.
Because from there you can enter into your universities.
Okay.
So.
Did you go into
No,
universities?
I just finished schooling in my little village, and I went to Budapest for 3 years as a technical school
Okay.
to become a tool and die maker, and that's my trade.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And after that, like I said, then when I finished that was in like in August. Then our project came in October, so it was like a couple 3 months, time.
Yeah.
And I was going to work and all that, and all of a sudden, our project, that's when revolution started. I already said that, earlier. So
Were there any like challenges that you had going to school?
that
Just like any challenges or anything?
No, really, it's pretty much, same.
Mm-hmm.
Only challenges I had when I came to this country, I couldn't speak English.
Oh wow, you didn't even speak English.
No.
How did you learn?
I went to night school
Oh, night school.
and trying to hang out with American guys,
Yeah.
So it took a couple of years before I could,
Understand and speak
understand,
everything.
pretty much. Before that, I was like a dummy because I couldn't understand people, could communicate and see what's going on. You could read a paper or nothing and just get up in the morning, went to work, and after work, we got a Hungarian guys, we get together and we hang out to the beer so we could, drink a couple bottle of beers in the evening.
Yeah.
Then we all went home.
So what language do they speak in Hungary? What language do they speak in Hungary?
Hungarian.
Hungarian. And you're fluent in Hungarian?
That's it.
Oh wow. Can you say something in Hungarian for me?
Oh yeah. Page, that would be the same way in Hungary.
Yes.
Te hogy érzed magadat? Mit gondolsz arról a beszélésről, amit itt most beszélünk?
Wow.
So you might able to put that in a dictionary.
That's so interesting. I've never
Yeah.
heard that language before.
Yeah, that's
so cool.
like I said, everything is different.
Yeah. So what did you just say? What did you just say?
I was saying, how you think in this conversation where we had, what do you think about that?
Oh, okay. That
was
is so
it.
cool. Wow, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
And so your whole family speaks that language too? Well,
Yep.
besides your kids and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you know?
Yeah, that was the hardest part. I couldn't speak English, and when I got to this country, after 2-3 weeks, I start working, and I start working in a National Cash Register Company back in New York, where we used to make the old cash register. They used it in the grocery stores and everywhere,
Oh, wow,
like
yeah.
punch your thing and here comes a ticket,
That's crazy.
And that's where I started, and I worked as a piece work, where people don't have to talk to you, or only thing I had to do is just change the parts out of the machine and push the button. So more pieces I made, more money I made.
How old were you at that job?
That was, when I got here, 19.
19?
Yeah.
Wow. And that was in New York or?
New York.
New York?
Ithaca, New York. And from that job, about 4 years later, I went to work for IBM, where they make computers.
Oh, wow.
I worked there for probably about 5 years. Then from there I went to the aerospace,
Wow.
which we did a lot of work for Pratt Whitney Aircraft and NASA,
Wow.
which I have a privilege to work on all the capsules went to the moon.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
Yes.
That's an
There's 5
amazing
capsules.
accomplishment. Wow.
Right from the first to the last. And I had a chance to work on all those,
That's amazing.
and that's part of history.
Yeah.
And I'm part of history.
You're a
with
huge
it.
part of history. Yeah.
Right.
You were like,
So that's,
yeah. So, were there any other issues that you had involving work? I know learning the language.
no,
No.
no.
Have you ever experienced racism or prejudice or any type of exclusion?
No, not really. I'm an easygoing type of guy,
Yeah.
So whatever it takes, whatever comes, I'm just happy with it,
Yeah.
So, and I'm not prejudiced to, from different nationalities or colors or whatever. Because each person I talk to or I see it as a person. Not like, oh, you black, well, I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
I said, no, I see it's black, yellow, white, or green, whatever. I see as a person, because every person, regardless, is a beautiful thing.
That is so nice.
That's
so true.
That's my opinion.
Yes.
Because, let's put it that way. We have nice people, beautiful, ugly, all that. But, in a sense, that's God's creation, and to me, it's no matter what, they're all beautiful.
Right, and you witnessed seeing people getting killed over being a certain race. So it's I'm sure you don't even want to.
Racist or not racist.
Mm-hmm. So is there anything that you want me to learn, that you want me to take away from sharing your information in this interview? Just anything you think I should take away from this?
No, I don't think so, because I think this is all true. It's all a fact.
Yes.
Whatever I said, I lived through that, and that's what happened. That took place.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's great. Thank you so much.
Like I said, it's probably a lot of other things, but I think that's pretty much how, come to this country and what took place, my life. Like I said, I'm 85. I'm still happy.
Still working.
I'm still working.
Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you, and I appreciate it. I got to ask all my questions, and I'm excited. I get to write an essay about you now.
You're welcome. Thank you. It was very
Say
nice.
goodbye.